here we go, you guys. Let's open her up. You guys, of course, saw the packaging. It is very marble-esque. You have cremated here, of course, spelled out very big with a clear gray window where, of course, you guys see that eye. So this is the packaging. We have a new JSC logo for this collection with the halo. And of course, we have the iconic urn, which goes with the entire collection. But all right, here we go, you guys. Here is the cremated palette. Woo! Oh my God, this is the first time that I've ever been on my own packaging. Five years in the game, can you believe that? And I thought it was time, you guys, that I needed my own moment. I wanted to be on the palette, no logos, no words, just me. So you guys see me, of course, with the unreal makeup that Lipstick Nick did on me. She hand drew all those lines, the black Swarovski, and then of course, you guys, we wanted to really showcase what this was about. And you see my face and cheeks and lips deteriorating, and I'm just turning into ash. I'm just evaporating. But this palette, of course, it has 24 shades. It is exactly in the same format as the Jawbreaker palette. Now, let's open her up. Introducing the Cremated Eyeshadow Palette. Yes, oh my God. This is a smoky eye dream. You do not need another palette after this one. You could create endless dark, insane, smoky, or soft and gentle looks if you want. Now, as you can see, there's a lot here. So from pure white diamond shades all the way to the darkest black matte eyeshadow, there is a lot of tones here. Every gray tone you can think of is in this palette, and they don't read ashy on anyone's skin tone. They look sickening on everyone, and of course we're about to swatch everything. Now with this one, I wanted to do dark to light. I think a lot of brands always do light to dark, or you know me and my crazy brain, I'll just throw it on the wall and mix them all over the place like Jawbreaker, and I'm like, I wanna see what you guys create instead of just a rainbow gradient. I gave you some a little cuckoo. So with this one, I wanted to really get straight to the point. Now, you will notice a lot of details. There is new JSC hand stamps. We have the urn, the halo, the hearse, the tombstone. Everything, I think, just looks so stunning, and I'm just so proud of this collection. So let's start swatching. And of course, sometimes the beauty lights don't read the shades exactly how they look, so I'm gonna show this palette in the sunlight. There are the same unique, crazy metallic diamond formula in Bloodlust. There was only a few of those in there, like 2 or 3. Now this one has 7 diamond metallic shades, which we will of course be swatching in a second, but oh my God, they are so pearlized and beautiful, it's unreal. So as you see in the sun, they're blinding. The metallic ones look so wet on the lid. It's like, it's unreal. Okay, let's swatch the first row. All right, let's dive in. So this is the first palette that I've created in a long time that is strictly an eyeshadow palette. There are no pressed pigments in black, gray, or white shades. So let's dive in. Now this is from the very top left shade. We're gonna go swatch from here to here and just continue all the way down. So the first shade in the Miss Cremated palette is hearse. Now, just like you guys saw in some of the makeup ads, we have a baby pink hearse in the ad. Of course, I wanted one little pop of color, but for the palette, it had to be the most pitch black matte eyeshadow. It is stunning, it's beautiful, and of course, I'm wearing it right here in the crease. And you guys know a black eyeshadow, sometimes they're a little, This one is perfect. Moving on, we have Angel of Death. This shade literally looks like liquid latex. It has a little bit of a silver sparkle in there, and it looks so stunning. All right, the third shade is a beautiful matte gray. Now there's a lot of matte grays. There's so many different tones of gray in this palette, but this one is the darkest gray, and it's called Grave Digger. Fun fact, when my dad was younger and needed money, he was a grave digger for a year. All right, and the next shade is called Death Certificate. It is a beautiful gold, black, grungy, just stunning, beautiful shade. It is so good to put on the lid, smoke it out under your entire eye. This bitch is bad. All right, now the fifth shade on the top is called R.I.P. It is another beautiful, cool toned gray matte, and then next to it we have Paul Bearer. It is one of my favorite shades. It looks like gray diamonds on the lid, and it is so pretty. So here's the top row. All right, now the second row starts with the shade Inheritance. It is a very green-based gray. Now when you think gray, there's so many different shades that I think will come up in different people's heads, especially when you're watching this. So I tried to do every single gray tone on the planet. So this green gray is really unique and one of a kind, and I live for it. All right, now the next shade is called Wednesday, inspired of course by Wednesday Addams, my favorite goth gal. I also have Wednesday tattooed on me, I have Morticia tattooed on me, and I'm such an Addams Family fan. So when Mean Girl said we only wear pink on Wednesdays, the irony. The irony! All right, now the third shade is called Mortuary Beautician. Fun fact, little Jeffree Lynn was going to go to college to do makeup on dead people when MySpace happened and my entire life changed. So if I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing? Now you know. The fourth shade is called Last Look. It is a beautiful gray bronze color. I wanted to give a little more spice to the palette. Now this shade is so pretty on when it's mixed with the darker, cool toned grays, and I think you guys are going to be obsessed with it. All right, now the fifth shade is a very cool gray called Solemnly Swear. It is matte, it is gorgeous, and I am obsessed with it, and it is the perfect gray for a smoky eye. Now the sixth and last shade in the second row is called The Morgue. It is definitely very dark and is a really cool, it kind of looks like this one, but the tone is very different. This is a more nude tan gray, where this one is way more green. Here's the second row. All right, here is the third row. Now let's start with the first shade. It's called Mausoleum. Of course, we shot at a beautiful mausoleum at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery here in stunning Hollywood, California, which you guys will see in a lot of the beauty images for the campaign. Mausoleum is really different. It is almost like a bronze gray, yes, that exists, and it has a really cool, fine silver sparkle in there, which you can see, and it is all right, now the second shade is called Embalmed, and it is a very soft light gray. It is very cool tone, and it is just the perfect accent for all the other darker grays in this palette. Now the third shade is called Eulogy, and it is it's not a warm tone gray, but it's the warmest tone gray in the palette. It's really pretty. All right, now the fourth shade is a really light, kind of almost a green gray, and it's called Life Insurance. The stamp in the palette is a hearse, and it's really cute. Now the fifth shade is called Last Respects, and it is a really pretty grayish shade. It's matte, it's gorgeous. And the fifth shade, which is very much a stunning gray metallic, it's called Goodbye, period. And I am obsessed with this one only because none of my palettes really had these tones. So as I was creating them, I was like, whoa, there's way more than just like 3 shades of gray, okay? Wait, is that a movie pun? So here is the third row in the palette. Before we even go to the fourth row, go in the comments, sound off below, what is your favorite shade so far? All right, let's dive into the fourth and final row. This is one of my favorite rows because it is so versatile, and you are going to die, and you might use this in every wedding, but bam! Here's the fourth row. It is very interesting, and I am so in love with how this entire thing turned out. So the first shade is called Obituary. It is a beautiful grayish. It's really unique, and what do you guys think it looks like? It is like pulling kind of tan in there, but it's gray. It has it's just, I don't know, it's really cool. The next shade is called Burial Gown. It is a really interesting, like milky gray with a really weird tone to it. I love it, it's very unique. Now the next shade I'm actually wearing as highlight. It is called Afterlife, and it is a stunning metallic. This, I don't know, this is just very wedding to me. It has a little bit of a different tone in there, a little more skin-like, and I have been wearing this highlighter secretly for months. The fourth shade is called Casket Ready. It is a very, I'm gonna say a beautiful, ugly gray tone. I love it, it's really weird, and I can't wait to see what everyone does with this. Fifth shade, a pure cocaine white. It is called Death Blow, and it is like the pure white in Blood Sugar, but maybe even a little more white. And the sixth and final shade is called Diamond Ashes, a tribute to my beautiful dog who passed away last year. Diamond was pure white, and she loved the reflection of diamonds in jewelry. So you guys see, it is so reflective, it's amazing. It is actually what is on my lids today, on my eyes. Well, there's a lot going on here in my eyes. By the way, Wednesday and Life Insurance on the brows. Life-changing. Okay, so here is the fourth and final row. That completes all 24 shades of the Cremated palette. What do you guys think? This might be one of my favorite things I have ever created. Okay, so real quick tea on the palette. This is the same price as the Jawbreaker palette and retailing at $58. Of course, there is 24 shades. It is vegan, cruelty-free as always, as my entire brand. And of course, this is a full eyeshadow palette. It is a gothic neutral dream. And before we even do any more swatches or talk about it, because of the coronavirus and all the delays, we had a lot of production issues and we could not get a full mass production of this palette for all the retailers. So I know a lot of you are gonna be like, what? But yes, the Cremated collection, this is the first time that we've done this since we launched, will be available exclusively for the first month on jeffreestarcosmetics.com only. It is an online exclusive and it will be in stores later, but baby, a lot of stuff has been shaken around here. So this launch only, of course, summer and everything else coming will be available everywhere, but the malls aren't open, you can't go to any stores really, and it's just a very interesting time. So, my website only. All right, you guys, so there's the palette.